Hello and welcome to this week's video. Today we have a requested kind of video. Somebody in the comments the other day in my observations of Germany video asked me if I could put up the clips that I took while I was in Bremen, which was around a month ago now. I wasn't going to bother uploading them because there's literally only 2, maybe 3 minutes of footage max, because as I said in the other video, I was quite busy. I was seeing it with my own eyes and obviously having a good time with Sergio and Dominic, and I didn't want to just be whipping my camera out every couple of minutes and looking like I was being rude. So I didn't take that much footage, but I thought, as somebody asked, I would include the few clips that I did. So the first clip I think is like the big town square. It was beautiful, as you can see from the architecture. It's just so German. I love it. I love the big tall buildings and how beautiful and historical everything looks. You can also hear a little bit of classical music in the background, which is lovely. There was lots of street performers and street music in a lot of the places that we went to, so that was really nice to hear. So enjoy this little clip. That last building, oh, so beautiful. I'm really sorry, I don't know the history of all of these buildings, so if you are from Bremen, don't be like, oh my god, that isn't the main town square, that isn't a German building, it's built by... I'm sorry, like, I don't know the full history. I've only been there once and this was just a quick look around, so don't kill me for not knowing all the facts about this beautiful historical city. I just enjoyed what I saw. The next clip we have is walking along the riverbank. We walked all around Bremen. Obviously I don't know where because I'd never been there before. I was just following my lovely little tour guide Sergio, who lives and works in Bremen town centre. So we were just walking along the riverbank and we went over the bridge, as you'll see in a minute. It was just beautiful. I really liked the little statues that you're going to see on the side of the river. They looked really cool, like lion heads. The river really reminded me of the Thames actually. It was pretty much exactly the same colour. It was just as cold as it was in London. Could have been at home. Here we get a nice shot again of the river and the backs of some Germans. Just what you all wanted to see. What Germans look like from behind. Don't tell me I don't give you the content that you want. Those ships were really, really nice to look at actually. I'm pretty sure Sergio told me one of them was a restaurant. Maybe I'll go there one day, who knows. This is probably my favourite clip because I kept being like, oh, we're gonna cross the bridge in a minute. And I was like, the Brücke, yeah, like a word that I actually know in German. And Sergio was like, yeah, we're gonna cross the bridge. And I was like, yeah, Brücke. So I said I was like in English, what's bridge? And he was like, that bridge. And I was like, Brücke! Brücke!
We can also cross the river.
Cross the river? Brücke, right?
Not by swimming.
No. What's bridge?
That bridge.
Brücke? Auf Deutsch.
Brücke.
Brücke. Yes, one word I know. Eventually we managed to establish that bridge is indeed Brücke. You can even hear little cameo from GetGermanized in there, like Brücke, Sergio, Brücke. 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 And the next clip is us going over said Brücke. There is kind of a divide between the old town and the new town, Sergio was telling me. Once you go over this bridge, the buildings are a lot newer, as you can see by these buildings here. Dominic looking at me there like, what are you doing? And this is the last clip that I had. I really wasn't joking when I said I literally took nothing, so I'm sorry. That's really cool. Indy, if you're watching it, reminds me of Lee. Lee would really like that. There was loads of really, really cool street art in Bremen, and most places in Germany that I've been to actually, their street art scene is really cool, so I was just leaving a little message there for my best friend Indy, who's appeared on this channel before, who was actually supposed to come with me to Germany, but unfortunately she was really, really ill, so I had to go by myself, but I still had a really, really good time, so that's the main thing. But yeah, I was leaving a message for her boyfriend, Lee, who does a lot of spray art, and he's kind of like an artist, and he's really talented. So Lee, Indy, that was for you. So yeah, somebody asked me about my impressions of Bremen and its town centre, and I loved it. I thought it was really beautiful. It was quite cold when I went, but that's just Germany, right? Like northern and southern when in January anyway. It was very cold, but it's just as cold as in England, so it's definitely not a criticism of Germany. It's just, it's pretty chilly sometimes. But I kept warm because we were moving around the whole time. We walked a lot on one of the days. In fact, I went on my pedometer and I'd done like 13 miles in a day or something. For someone who doesn't really walk around that much in London because I drive everywhere, or I just have no need to walk really. I was knackered. Like my legs, I kept saying the next morning, I said to Dominic, I was like, my thighs are hurting, and then the next day after that I was like, now my calves are hurting. Why is everything so sore? But it's the best way to see the city, isn't it? Like, we walked everywhere throughout the older town, throughout the new town, all through these little alleyways, saw loads of pubs. We went on a pub crawl, as I said in the last video, and it was fantastic. I loved the old architecture, I loved the buildings. The hospitality I had wasn't too bad, because I complained about customer service in one of Dominic's videos, because it's just different to England is all, and I work in a supermarket in England where customer service is literally the highest possible thing. Like, you have to give the best level of customer service. If you're just in a normal mood, people will complain about you. So you always have to be like, hello there, welcome, how may I help you today? Oh sir, I'm so sorry to hear that. Can I do anything for you? Can I get you a coffee while you're waiting?
The face of English customer service.
I got used to it. I actually got chatted up. Oh no, can you believe it? I was in the station trying to buy a sandwich because I only had like 10-15 minutes before I had to go and meet Dominic and Sergio again, and I had to get back to my Airbnb, drop my stuff off, get changed, and then head back out again. So I was in a rush. So I went into this, I think it was a spa, like we have spas here, and so it was just a little shop within the train station, and this guy was like, du bist schon Dame. Like, I think that's what he said. I definitely heard the word schon and Dame, which in my very small, rudimentary German means beautiful woman. And I was like, like, please don't speak loads of German at me, because I'm just gonna have to stand here and be like, yeah, like, I'm trying to learn German for those people being like, you shouldn't come to the country if you don't know the language. I'm trying, okay? Je parle français, d'accord, c'est bien. But I don't speak German yet. I'm getting there. So yeah, I put this sandwich on the counter and he was saying, oh, du schon Dame, du schon Dame. And yeah, I bought it, and he then, I think, realised that I was English, because he was like, you're a beautiful lady, yeah? You're beautiful. And I was like, thank you very much. Sir, kind sir, thank you. So I picked up a sandwich and off I went, and as I went he was like, and I was like, and I walked away very, very quickly. So that's German customer service that I experienced. They either don't look like they want to serve you, or they chat you up. No, I'm kidding. I had a really, really lovely man. We went for brunch one day. German brunch is amazing. So tasty. And the architecture inside the actual building, there was like this big staircase that went up 2 ways, and beautiful gold interior, stunning. Yeah, we had a waiter who was very German. He didn't speak that much English. He spoke enough to kind of get by, like definitely better English than I speak German. So he really made an effort to try and speak to me in English as well as speaking to Sergio and Dominic in German. But he was absolutely lovely. And yeah, so I kind of had a mixed experience with German customer service there. I went to a big department store. That was pretty cool. I had to buy an iPhone charger. So I saw kind of all the different levels. Like, they had like food on the bottom, and then I think clothes and like kids' toys and various levels, and then right at the top there was all this technology. So it was really cool to see, working in retail anyway. I know it might sound quite sad, but I quite enjoy seeing the differences and similarities of actual shops in comparison to England. So yeah, it was really nice. I liked it in there. The main thing I wanted to talk about probably is the difference of like flats and housing and stuff. So we went back to Sergio's flat one day and it was beautiful. He had this view across the river and like this massive windmill, which he said to me was a restaurant. And I think he said he only paid like half the amount you would pay for a flat like that in London. You would not get that flat for anything less than probably about £1,200 in central London. And I was amazed. I want to move in with Sergio. I do. So yeah, I hope that this subscriber who asked for this particular video enjoyed it. I hope that everyone else enjoyed it. Sorry I couldn't really think of that much more. I included most of my experiences in Germany in the observations of Germany videos, so if you want to find out more, probably most of you have already watched it, but go and have a look at that video instead. And yeah, these were just my tiny little clips of Germany and some more observations that I could think of. Thank you very much for watching. I shall see you next week. I should have a video for you, hopefully, on how the English party. I don't really know whether to do it or not, but I'm having a party this Saturday night and I thought it might be interesting for people who aren't from the UK to see what a kind of typical English house party looks like. So let me know if you think that sounds like a good idea. Hope you all have a lovely week to come and I shall see you next Friday. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen.